Hey guys, so you have to forgive the background noise. My husband is rebooting us the dining room table, and we are going to go ahead and do tonight's video while he's working, and he may poke his head over here to get a few tastes while we're working, so we'll work with that. So we're going to take our chicken. Mine's already been pre-washed. Now we're going to bring it over here. Got a cutting board here, and we're going to put this chicken down into little cube pieces here. Makes it a lot easier to cook and make it into a pasta. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Now we're going to take one of our paring knives, and we're going to cut these strips in half, like this. And then we're going to cut them into little cubes, about an inch, half an inch, depending on your bite size. I hope everybody's doing alright, and I hope these videos always find you well and make you smile just a little bit. We're just going to keep cutting this chicken right like this. And once we get it cut, you're going to need a little bit of a bowl to get the chicken into, so we can get the spices mixed into it with some oil. Now you also want to go ahead and get a kettle of water on to go ahead and get your noodles in. Now we'll be doing angel hair pasta here tonight. That is my husband's preference. So we will be doing that on our side, but you can use whatever type of pasta you want, whether it's penne, farfalle, linguine. Generally this type of pasta does call for linguine, but again my husband asked for angel hair, so that is what we will be using tonight. So just keep cutting your chicken down. It does take just a minute. Some of these meals we make, we all know that they take just a second for prep work. Now when you get your water on for your noodles, by the way, make sure you put a little bit of olive oil in it. What that's going to do is while the water's getting to a boil, it is going to get the oil in the water, and once you put your noodles in there, it's going to make it a lot easier for them to cook and not stick together. If you remember from our regular chicken Alfredo video, we did that as well. And your noodles don't stick near as bad with the olive oil in it. Now you can use canola oil, olive oil, whatever your preferred oil is. I like olive oil just because it doesn't affect the flavor too much, and it enhances your flavor that you use when you cook of your current meal, if you will. Now the trick with slicing chicken is you want to have a good sharp paring knife. A lot of people use a chef's knife. I like a paring knife. It's just a lot easier for me because I have small hands to begin with, and so most women will tell you if they have small hands, a paring knife is their preferred knife. And if it's not, that's alright. We're going to keep slicing this. Almost done. Now you may run into a piece of chicken like this one where it's a pretty thin piece, so just go ahead and slice it down into chunks already. You don't need to slice it in half. Alright, one strip left after this one, and then we'll get to mixing our spices on our chicken. Our water's already coming to a boil, so we'll get our noodles in that first. That way they can take time to cook, because it does take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes longer, for noodles to cook to make sure they're completely done. So once you have your chicken all sliced up and diced up, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what our chicken looks like. All diced up nice and neat. So the next thing we're going to do, since our water is already boiling, we're going to go ahead and get our pasta in position. So we're going to go ahead, get these open. Make sure you got all of it in your hand. And not do that. Oh well, every chef's entitled to mistakes, right? Make a mess every once in a while. Called being human, right? That's what we'll call it, anyways. Let's do a take 2 on that. So we're going to get all of our noodles out of our box and get them all mixed up and stacked together. Once you have them done like this, you're going to take them, keep them pressed together, and you're going to hold them over your water, and you're going to twist like this, and you're going to break them in half. Now the reason we're doing that is it gets the noodles all separated, and it gives you plenty more noodles. And you don't have to cut them when you have them in a bowl. So we're going to get those in there. We are going to take our noodle spoon, as I call it. We're going to stir those around just a little bit and let those start to cook. So the next thing we're going to do is get a bowl with a lid. And we're also going to get our oil on for our meat. Go ahead and get your skillet turned on, about a medium heat. Get your olive oil in it. Again, you can use canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever you want. And just kind of coat the bottom of your skillet. Now, unfortunately, I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. We will not be doing any seafood on this channel, and I do apologize for that. That includes shrimp, crab, anything that has iodine in it, mainly because I am severely allergic to it. So I do apologize for that. But this recipe can almost be applied to almost every type of meat. You do want to be careful if you do use a seafood, because your seafood does cook a little faster than chicken, beef, or even pork. So you want to be careful about that. So, what we're going to do, I have 3 different spices here. You have your traditional Cajun spice, and I'm sure everybody has this nice little yellow box in their cabinet if they like any type of Cajun food. And we're just going to liberally cover this chicken with that. I have another blend of Cajun seasoning that was sent to me. It's the Alaskan version. Thank you to my mother-in-law for this. And we're going to put some of this down in here too. And then we're also going to take our Spice of Life seasoning or salt and pepper, whichever one you want to put in it. And just give that a nice little shake. And we're also going to take just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in mine, and I'm going to sprinkle it just over the top of the chicken. Just because when the chicken shakes, you'll have that oil that will coat the chicken with the spices, and it'll be ready to go. Alright, let's give it a shake. Make sure your lid's on your bowl really good. You don't want that chicken to come flying out. This is just a really quick, easy way to mix up your chicken and not have to worry about making a mess with the spoon or anything along those lines. Be careful you don't pop yourself in the face either. And there we have it. Coated chicken with Cajun seasoning. So let's go ahead and get that in our oil. Swipe this all down in there. Make sure you get all the spices out of the bowl. Get your chicken down in there. And give it a nice stir down into the oil. Now once you have your chicken down in there, you can go ahead and sprinkle some more seasonings on it. It's Cajun. We want it to be just a little spicy, right? I'm going to let that cook just a little bit, and I'm going to clean my mess a little bit. Don't forget to stir your noodles. We don't want those to stick together. Make sure those stay on a medium heat as well. I'll be right back. Alright. So we're going to kind of check our chicken just a little bit. The reason for that is it's not browning already, but you want to make sure that it all breaks apart. And just kind of keep it moving just a little bit, just for the first few minutes. Just to make sure everything breaks apart and cooks up. And then make sure everything's coated with some spices. So the next thing we're going to do is just a little bit of garlic bread. So we're going to do it with a little bit of a twist. We're going to do the poor man's garlic bread. Now what that means is we're going to use light bread, as my dad would call it. We'll take a cookie sheet and get it lined with some foil. Put our oven on broil. We're going to put it on low broil. We'll let that get on and warm up. So go ahead and get your cookie sheet lined. Make sure you get that foil on there. We don't want to make a mess with this. And we're going to make some garlic butter. So we're going to take just a second. Hey, darling. We're going to take fake butter here, as my husband would call it. And we're going to put that in a bowl like this. As soon as I get my cabinet to stay shut. And we're going to take a generous amount of it. And I'm talking quite a bit of generous amount here. Whatever you feel you're comfortable with. And we're going to take this and we're going to put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and see how we look. We'll let that warm up a minute, and we're also going to stir our chicken while that's cooking. Move the camera just a little bit here. Keep an eye on your chicken. You don't want it to stick while you're doing everything else. You don't want it to burn, but you do want it to brown. I know you're wondering, when's the Alfredo come into this? Well, let's get the bread done, and then I'll show you where the Alfredo comes in. Now, you want this butter about half melted. You don't want it fully melted yet. So you're going to take a whisk, and you're just going to mix your butter up. And again, this is fake butter, so don't freak out on me too much, especially those of you that are like me and prefer real butter. So we have a nice smooth butter here, you can see it. And we are going to take some garlic powder. And we're going to make our own homemade garlic butter here. I'll go get the other bottle. Give me just a second. About to make a mess here. That's just an additional seasoning blend that I have, so I'm going to put on that chicken. Pardon me. I'm going to use a little bit of chopped parsley and chives as well. Here we are. So, put that there. Got a little bit of that spice in my nose just a second ago. Just another additional Cajun seasonings, all that was. Just gives it a little bit more flavor. We'll let that chicken finish cooking up there. Alright, now to your butter. You're going to take your garlic powder. And you're going to put quite a bit in here. Just to be completely honest with you. I don't really measure it. I just sprinkle it in there. Just a few little chives. And some parsley flakes. Give it a little bit of color. And we're going to mix this up. Now I am using a whisk. Some of my garlic is a little chunky, so we're going to use this tip of the whisk and we're going to break it apart here. Just tap it down onto those chunks of garlic and it'll break right apart. It'll break right apart in the bowl of butter. And hello to those of you that are watching. I see your comments on the bottom, I promise I do. And we're just going to keep mixing that up. And it smells really good too. So we're going to set that over to the side. We're going to come back to our chicken, and we're going to flip it just a little bit more, and we're going to get our Alfredo sauce out. You can make homemade Alfredo sauce, and you can make it from scratch, have the right cheese and milks. I'm lazy. I'm going to use bottled Alfredo sauce. We're going to get that opened up. Pour the whole jar in your kettle. And we'll run just a little bit of water in it, and that's to get the excess out of it. About a quarter way full. And just give it a nice shake to get all the extra sauce out of it. And we're going to pour that in with our Alfredo that's already in the kettle over here that we just poured it in. We're going to get this turned on. We're going to put it on a medium-low heat just to let it cook. I'm going to rinse my hand off here. Got a little bit of sauce on me. Be alright. We're going to take our clean whisk here and we're going to mix this together. You're right, Natalie. It's not lazy. It is efficient to use bottled Alfredo sauce. And it's a lot easier, too, for those of us that we cook for large people. Large groups of people. You know it's cold out there, right? With my husband, y'all. It's almost down in the 40s down here, and he says it ain't cold. Those of you that are watching from Alaska, no smart comments, please. So, we have our noodles cooking. They're getting almost done. Our chicken is just about done. So, we are going to come over here to our Alfredo sauce. And we're going to add just a little bit of Cajuning seasons into this, too. Again, everybody generally has this little yellow box if they like any type of Cajun spice. And we're going to mix this all together here. Now you want to be careful if you have people who aren't too fond of Cajun. They might take a little bit of an offense to it, but those of us that like Cajun, we know how to make this sauce. Alright, so there we have it. Our Alfredo sauce is mixed together with our Cajun seasonings. And we're going to come back over here to our poor man's garlic bread, as my dad would call it. So let's go ahead and get our light bread out. And get this fixed up. Now this can be used before any type of bread. Any type of light bread. If your preferred brand is Sunbeam, whatever. My husband and I like Nature's Own, and it's the honey wheat. So this is what we're going to work with. So we're going to take this. I'm going to take 4 slices here, and I'm going to put them on this tray. Cookie sheet that I got here. And I'm going to take my little paintbrush here, as I call it. And I'm going to stir this up just a little bit more. And I'm going to brush this on the top of this bread. Now, you will see why we were extra liberal with how much butter and garlic powder we used. Because you'll see this bread absorbs this real quick. Always keep an eye on your pasta as it's cooking as well. You don't want it to stick together and turn into a clump of mush, if you will. You want to make sure you have enough to go in the back because we're going to do the front and the backs of these breads. So, we're going to do the front side first, and then we'll flip them and do the other side. So what we're going to do with these, we're going to go ahead and put these in our broiler on low and let them broil for just a few minutes. You want to get them in there and wash them and wait till the edges start to turn just a nice crispy golden brown. We also want to check our noodles. Mine have been on for about 30 minutes, so mine are just about good and done. Now the easiest way to know when your pasta is done, go ahead and pull it out, set it on the counter, let it cool just a little bit, and when you can break it apart fairly easy, actually very easily, then it is al dente, as they say. Now again, that goes for any type of pasta that you use, whether it be farfalle, fettuccine, penne, even spaghetti. So see, this, we can pick this up, and it breaks apart that easy. And this pasta is done, and we're going to go ahead and get this drained and get it mixed together. You're going to need a strainer or colander, whichever one you want, depending on how much pasta you have made. Go ahead and get this in the sink. Now there is an old trick like Taylor just mentioned at the bottom. If you throw it against the wall and it sticks, it is done. Well, That is true. However, we do it a little bit more classier because I got dogs and they'd be coming and trying to attack the wall. So, we're going to bring our pasta over here and we're going to strain it off. We're going to let that drain for just a few minutes. We're going to come back to our chicken, check it. Our chicken is done too. This is coming together just wonderfully well. You also want to check your bread too. Where did I put my towel? There it is. Again, they're not quite ready to flip yet. So we're going to come back over here to our pasta. Give that a nice shake. Make sure you get all the water off of it. Put that back down into your kettle. And bring that back over to the stove. Now, I put a little bit of butter in my pasta. And we're going to, what this butter does is just make these pastas non-stick just a little bit. We get plenty of comic relief. I think it's me and everybody else who makes comments. So we have plenty of that. And so we are going to mix our noodles. Get that butter melted down on them. And just kind of help that with the flavor and everything. Now we are going to take our chicken, because it's done too. We're going to put that on a plate with some paper towels to let the oil drain off of them. You want to make sure you don't have too much oil on your chicken when you put it in with your noodles, because it will kind of affect the flavor, if you will. Don't forget to keep an eye on your bread as well. I'm getting ready to check mine in just a second. This is when it's handy to have more than one set of hands in the kitchen, but we'll make it work just like we've always done. Alright, check our bread. Perfect. Let me show you what it looks like. So there's our bread, just starting to turn on the edges. Now we're going to pull that kettle out, that cookie sheet out of there, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it next. Be careful not to burn yourself with any of this either, because it's all hot. Pull that up here. Close our broiler, let that warm back up, and stir Alfredo just a little bit more here. It should be starting to boil just a little bit for you, which is a good thing. So we're going to take a fork or a knife, whichever one you have, and you're going to flip your toast. Just like you would if you was buying garlic bread. I'm fixing it from a container that you would buy at the store. Go ahead and flip that over. Brush on some more butter on it. Again, you want to make sure you get it pretty coated all the way around. You may have a little bit of leftover butter. If you do, that's fine and good. You can use it for something else, or once your bread gets completely toasted, you can put it back on the other side. Again, just for some extra. Alright, we're going to put that back on the broiler and let that side cook. Alright. So what we're going to do first is, now that our chicken has drained, just a little bit without making a mess, like I just did. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we use 2 double-sided towels, not 1. We're going to put our chicken in our kettle with our pasta. And then we're going to add about half of the Alfredo sauce to begin with. And see where that puts us. And go from there. Now, I like a lot of sauce on my pasta, but that's just me. Some people like it a little bit dry. Some people like it very, very, very wet. Just depends on the person. Now once you get everything mixed together here, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, and that's okay, but we're gonna add just a little bit more Old Bay seasoning. Just a little, not much. And the reason being is everything cooks, that sauce mixes into it, and as you mix it fresh into it, it's got just a little bit more Cajun heat. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you chicken Cajun Alfredo pasta. And our bread is done as well. So there we have it. Dinner is ready. You guys remember, it's the spice of life. Always make it yours.